Luis, nice to see you, man.
Hello, how are you? Great to see you too. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank
Okay, thank goodness for that.
you.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Luis, we are going to wait for Julian. Maybe. Oh, Julian is here.
Yeah. Good evening.
Oh,
Good
Julian, nice to
evening.
see you.
Very good. And you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay, guys. So we are going to wait maybe for 2 or 3 more minutes to see if maybe who's the other person. Okay, Maria Angelica, she's always here, or maybe Victor. So let's wait 2 minutes or three, and then we start.
Okay.
Okay, that will be fine.
Okay, guys. So it seems like no one else is coming. So let's start. Okay. So good evening. Thank you so much for being here. You too. As you remember, last week we didn't have the encounter because of some issues, some situations that I had. So first, thank you so much for support me. And now today, what we are going to do is to have what we were supposed to have last class, which was the encounter number 7. So basically, we are going to work on the lesson plan number 7. So I'm going to share that with you so you can have the information. But I have a question. So did you check the video that we were supposed to watch for session 7 or for session 8?
I
I
was okay. Was looking the part two. I also speaking. I suppose that this is the number 7. Okay. The part.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you. And Luis?
I checked just now videos number 7 that is supposed to be for this class, no more.
Yeah, thank you. That's perfect. That's very good. Okay, so we have here Angelica and Carolina. Okay, Angelica, so did you check video number 7 for the session number 7 or for session 8?
And number 7, teacher.
Number 7, great. Okay, Carolina, can you hear us?
Yeah, number 7.
Okay, so we are on the same page. That's great. Okay, so now that we know that we are on the same page and we are working with the same topic, so I would like to know if you have some ideas about the video. What can you say about the video? Okay, so I'm all ears, guys. Who wants to start?
Who wants to zoom up the video? Well, it's speaking section of the IELTS. So in this part, we have a cue card with questions to speak for 2 minutes. If we want, we can take some notes, but it's a good idea to use the notes to answer back at the end. It's a good idea to have the minutes they give us to prepare our answers well, take notes. And it's very important to use our notes at the end to speak. That's what, for example, one of the suggestions the moderator said about the video. That's why it's a key point to get a high score.
Okay, Luis, thank you. Okay, guys, and you, Julian?
Okay, the video was about IELTS speaking, part 2. In this case, a woman did an interview, and she said about one situation. Okay, she had one card to talk about it. For example, about an event, important events that she has lived during her life. In the description given by her, it was necessary to talk about the uses of. Also, okay, we have some suggestions according to the video. For instance, to prepare the time effectively, it's necessary to read all the questions carefully in order to answer all the aspects. And if it is possible to write down in a sheet some aspects about the card, and no more, and take notes and prepare our speech according to the card.
Okay, Julian, thank you. Ladies. So, Angelica.
Yes, teacher. In the video, we can find another example from IELTS speaking preparation exam and some recommendations, for example, to avoid some words and how to improve our speaking. While an example, of course, um, I don't know, I might say everything.
Well, probably they did, but it's important to hear these words from you, to know that you watched the video, because that's part of your score of each one of the encounters. So if you can tell me, it doesn't matter if it's the same, I will appreciate it.
Okay, I will. Okay, in this video, we can find a lot of recommendations to improve our speaking skills. For example, avoiding pauses while we're speaking, and the importance with our answers. Moreover, in this video, I could see or I could hear an interview, right? A conversation, and it's very important because we can understand the different parts of a conversation, taking into account the examiner recommendations or ideas, because we're learning right now, and I believe it's really important to understand all of our tutors' ideas and recommendations.
Okay, Angelica, thank you so much. Okay, Carolina, so what about you?
And for me, the video was see the cone to talk about things that had happened to us. That we must the punctual, not see many phrases and try to make us understand with other person. And those say muletillas. Paramos mucho. So the it's no recommended. Sorry, it's not appropriated to use.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. Well, I also watched the video, and I have some ideas about this video. So, as you have seen, we have been working with IELTS Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. In this case, the video is related to Part 2, which is what we are going to do tonight. We are going to work on Part 2. So it's very similar to what you observed or watched on that video. So it seems, or it means, that we are going to use a card. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card. You are going to have 1 minute to think about that, to take notes, to write, which is very important, as Luis and Julian mentioned. That's a very important moment when you can write your ideas and you can have some like expressions that maybe you are going to use in the 2 minutes that you will have during the test, during the IELTS part 2. So also something very important about IELTS part 2, because, well, it's not for now, now we are practicing, but in the future you are going to take this test. So another important part is to remember that IELTS part 2 is about you. So it means that the answers are very personal, because the examiner is going to ask for personal information. So that's very important to keep in mind, because when it's about you, you have more knowledge. Now, when the questions are about the general topic, sometimes we don't have that knowledge. So in my opinion, part 2 is important. It's very, well, it's a moment when you can have some more knowledge because it's about you. So you need to take that advantage because it's you, okay? It's your information, it's your life, and that's important. As you all said, and I think it's very important to remind that part, is that we can take notes. We have 1 minute to take notes, but it's more important to use the notes, to use that information, because sometimes when we start speaking, we don't use the information. As the guy on the video mentioned it, sometimes the candidates, they start talking and they don't look at their notes. And if you do that, well, you're going to be in problems because you're not using your ideas, which are very important. So that's what I have from the video, and we are going to work on that part, okay? So I'm going to be very strict with time because it's what you are going to face in the future. I'm going to use the cell phone to set 1 minute so you can check the information, you can take your notes, and then I'm going to tell you, okay, time is up, and then you start with 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes of speaking. And also, I'm going to stop you when the 2 minutes finish. Guys, it's very important to remind that according to the video, according to the guy and the girl who were practicing in front of the camera, it's very important to keep in mind that you need to answer all the questions that you have on the card. So if you have 5 or 6 questions, try to focus, try to concentrate, because you need to answer the 5 or 6 or 4 questions. Sometimes when we start speaking, we just cover 1 or 2 answers, and the other 2 or other 3 are lost. And that's not the idea, because you are not going to get a good score. So that's very important, okay? So please give me 1 second. I'm going to look for my cell phone because it's not here with me. So 1 minute and I will be here with you to start.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here again. So let's start. I'm going to show you the card so you can start answering, all right? Okay. Okay, so who wants to start with this? Ladies first? Or Julian, you want to start, Luis?
I'm over my cell phone, so I don't see any questions or something. So I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I can write them on the chat.
And not even the chat, because I'm using my smartphone. So I don't know. Maybe if you tell me, I'm going to write them down.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, so these are the questions for you. Okay. So the main sentence is: describe an important choice you had to make in your life. Okay, now about that title, which is the main title. Also, you have to say, or you have to talk about this. Number one, when you had this choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number two, what you had to choose between. Okay, number three, you think you made a good choice or a bad choice?
Okay.
And number four, explain how you felt when you were making this choice. Okay, so remember that you have 1 minute to prepare these answers. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute and you have 1 minute from now.
Number 4 is, how did you feel doing this choice?
Number 4 is, explain how you felt when you were making this choice.
Thank you.
Okay, so guys, remember that for the rest of you, I have different questions and different pictures. This question is just for Luis.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, Luis, time's up. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to answer the questions.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So the time I remember when I had to make an important decision was in 1998. It was in my graduation year. So for one reason, I couldn't go to the ceremony because at the same time in my school, in the school called the Liceo Samuel Barrientos Restrepo, we had a calling. The calling was for the compulsory military service, so I had to make a choice. So whether going to the graduation ceremony or to the compulsory military service. So it was on December the 4th, 1998, and I decided to go to the compulsory military service instead. On top of that, I thought that it was the right decision for me since it was something that I did really want to achieve. But on top of that, once I went to the compulsory military service, I wasn't chosen at that time. So it was very frustrating for me. I felt devastated. So, and I ran back to the school since, as a matter of fact, the graduation ceremony and the compulsory military service wasn't the same day. So I ran as fast as I could to my school in order to catch some of the ceremony, but unfortunately for me, and the ceremony had already ended. I think that is, I still regret that decision myself. So if any of this happened to me again, I probably will choose, the ceremonies or graduations. So even though I, went to the compulsory military service the following year, I still regret myself about that terrible choice I made in my life.
Okay, Luis, thank you. That was very good. You covered all the questions, which is very important. So I really want to congratulate you. That was very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so we are going to continue. Who wants to go next? Julian. Okay, Julian. So I'm going to show you the card on the screen. So you will have 1 minute, all right? So let me share the screen with you so you can have the picture on the screen. Okay. Okay, Julian, so can you see the picture on the screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so you have 1 minute, all right? Go. 1 minute to prepare.
Something that you would like to see in the future.
Okay, Julian, time is up. So we are going to start. 2 minutes to answer those questions.
Okay. This is
Okay,
an
go.
interesting. Okay, this is an interesting question. I like films, and in this case, I'm going to talk about Glee. This is the film that I would like to see. The film is called Glee, and it is about musical experiences during many aspects, during many moments. For instance, here we have two two a school. The environment is in a school, and this is a great great grade because they are learning everything about music, and during their common problems in their life, they have to answer. They have to look for many solutions. For instance, economical situations and homosexual topics and different topics, but everything is related to music. So I would like to see it for that reason. How I heard about this field because in my friend with my friends I had the opportunity to talk about this movie in a coffee shop. So they told me, "Hey, Julian, you can watch this film, this series because it talks about music, and I like music. That's the reason why I would like to see it." And here we have rock, pop, balada, and all kind of music which you can enjoy all the time. Where every moment they can spend their time with many students, with more students, and share with them, and spend time with them through music.
Okay, Julian, that was very good. You completed 2 minutes on the clock, so it was just the time. And also you covered all the answers. You know, all the questions were covered by your answer. So congratulations as well. Very
Thank you.
good job. Okay, so now we continue. Who wants to continue? Carolina or Angelica?
Can I? You sure?
Angelica, okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card. I'm going to show you the picture. So you are going to have 1 minute to prepare your answer, all right?
Right, teacher.
Okay, so you have the picture on the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, 1 minute for you. Go. Okay, so we completed the minute, and we are going to start with the 2 minutes for your answers. All right, so 2 minutes on the clock now. Go.
Okay. A really important experience in my life was when I was visiting Santa Marta's beach because it was when I was 15 years old. It was very exciting for me because I could share with all my family there, and I could meet with another friends in Santa Marta. It was a real experience because moreover was the first time visiting the beach, and I had the opportunity to dance, to sing, and moreover it was the first time who I met with a native speaker in Santa Marta. I didn't idea about I will study English, but it's one of the most important things because I could establish a conversation with a native speaker there, and I decide to study English from that moment. Moreover, I got at that time a lot of gifts from my family. It was a good time singing, swimming. I had the opportunity to buy a lot of things, a lot of clothes, and I believe from that time I could understand the importance of learning English to travel, to understand other people. And the most important thing I believe is sharing with my family and my friends in another space, knowing the usual or current spaces that I stay. So it was really exciting for me.
Okay, Angelica, thank you. You completed 2 minutes on the clock. Also, you covered all the questions, so that was very good. Congratulations as well. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so Carolina, you are the last one. Ready for the exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you your card. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, so can you see the picture or can you see the card on the screen?
Yes, teacher, I can.
All right, so you are going to have 1 minute to prepare your answers, okay? So the minute
Yeah.
starts now. Okay, so we completed 1 minute. Now it's time to start, okay, to answer all those questions. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to answer, and we start now.
Okay. Um, I like I like the type of music is the salsa because it is romantic. It is dancing in a very live way. In a very live. Um, mm, I listen to music when I can for my job. It's not possible all day listen to music. Um, um, yeah, yeah. When I was child, I learned to take recorder. Um, yes, for me is an experience exciting because is 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 something special. You express the feeling, and it's interesting. Um, mm, yeah, I think that all the children learn to play musical instrument because um, um, you plus the imagination, and you breath is motivate other do other thing and express your feeling, and is got out to the normal, and you learn other action, other activity that if the normal. For me, that learn is very good for the child.
Okay, Carolina. So you completed 2 minutes on the clock. It's very interesting. You covered almost all the questions. For me, I have a doubt. I'm not sure if you covered question number 3. Because you mentioned it's something like a recorder, but I didn't hear anything about a musical instrument when you were a child. Did you learn to play something when you were a child? The guitar,
Yes,
or maybe?
a recorder,
And what is a recorder?
flauta.
Oh, and that's the name in English.
I say recorded now.
Well, let me see, because this is going to be new for me. Flauta.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I learned big recorder.
Well, yeah, you're right. You are completely right. Yeah,
Okay.
one option is recorder. Okay, I'm sorry. You are right. It's my fault. Okay, so you did a great job. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so we have time for a second round. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Carolina, thank you so much. Now we are going to continue with Luis again. Okay, Luis, ready? Okay, it seems like Luis is having some problems. So, Julian, ready for second round?
It's okay, but I don't see the question or the card.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to read it for you again.
I could see the others' classmates card, but I don't see mine.
Oh, okay. So let me see if I can share the one that you are going to use. Okay, so now it's on the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 1 minute. Okay, Luis, we completed 1 minute on the clock, so it's your time to start. 2 minutes. Go.
Okay. One of the most enjoyable events I remember myself when I was in school was a trip when I was in, let's say, 4th grade. We were taken to a municipality close to Medellin. It's 45 minutes away, called Rio Negro. It was an outdoor, let's say, trip, or let's say, in reality, it was an amusement park. There were plenty of games, lots of competitions. And we were taken in by buses. It was all the school there with the teachers and the friends from the other grades. It was also a sunny day from 7 a.m. until 4 or 5 p.m. when the trip ended. We had everything inclusive, like food, drink, beverages. So it was really, really amazing. Also, I remember I said that I spent most of the time on a canoe on a big lake with a couple of friends. It was a frightening experience because we had to be careful. At that time, we didn't have like let's say life jackets, so we had to be careful not to to fall in the water. So it was really amazing. I wish I could have one of those experiences again, but everything is totally different. And on our way back, we were given prizes, like presents. Okay, I think it was like at the end of the year. Also, I remember all that we started collecting the money throughout the year, especially for that event. So that I consider it one of the most important and memorable events I had ever taken place. I wish I could have a similar experience in this day and age. But for sure, I would like to be a child again to live it once more. I wish I could, but time is passing by.
Okay, Luis, thank you so much again. You covered all the questions, which is excellent. So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, Julian, ready to continue?
Okay, Peter. I'm ready.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you see it?
No, there.
Oh, really? Now it's on the screen. Can you see it?
Okay. Yeah, I know. I can see it.
It's a blue. Okay, so the basic question is describe a person you love, like, admire.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 4 more questions. Can you see all the questions there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. Okay, Julian, time is up. So now you have 2 minutes to answer. Go.
Okay. According to describe a person, I can say that I love my mom. Her name is Ana Cecilia. She's my mother. And about memories with her, I I can remember that when I was 13 years old, I, we went to Cartagena, and there she helped me because I was swimming in the sea, and it was a danger moment because I almost lost my life with the sea. And about how often I see, okay, I only live with her. I I, I don't live with my father. I only live with her, and I have great experiences because she helps me all the time. She's a teacher. She's an English teacher. She has worked as English teacher at university during 30 years in a banks in the international areas, and I admire this person. I admire my mom because she has great experience about English. She's retired and now she's trying to get money through fillings, and all the time she's helping me. That's my best friend. She's my best mother. The only one. I love her a lot. And at the future, I would like to spend more time with her because right now I'm very busy studying and working, and I would like to have time with her. And this, on November 20, the 22, is her birthday, and I want to have the best gift for her. For instance, with thinking with her, I don't know what to do in that moment. She's my mom.
Okay, Julian, thank you. That was, well, you completed all the questions, but also you talked about maybe the most important person we have in our lives. So thank you for sharing that experience.
And
Yeah, moms are the best. Okay, thank you, man.
okay.
Okay, so Angelica, are you ready for next part?
Teacher.
Okay. Okay, so here you have your questions. I'm going to share the screen with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you see the picture on the screen?
Yes, I can, teacher.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Okay, so we completed 1 minute. Now it's time to answer the question. So you have 2 minutes to answer. Go.
Okay, teacher. Okay, a really important thing that I have, it's my computer. It's been with me for about 6 years when I started studying English, and it's really important for me because I am starting and working all the time, and I use it all the time to read, to show pictures, to show a lot of tools that I use in my classes to my students. It's really important for me because it's with me all the time. If I go to visit to my family, I bring my computer. If I stay at home, with my computer. I'm not addicted to social networks, but I believe it's really important to be informed about all everything that it's happening around the world. Moreover, I never see watch TV. Sorry, so I really use my computer to informate all my experiences with my family, and I have my mails in my computer, and I have all tools in my computer, and I really spend a lot of time in front my computer because I in the morning to 4 o'clock I'm working. So when I arrive at home, I prepare my classes, some classes to other students at night, and it's really important to use internet all the time in order to understand a lot of things that I don't when I can't when I don't have the opportunity to go to the university to understand another things. So I use it, and I believe it's very useful for me.
Okay, Angelica, thank you. I have a question. So, where did you get your computer?
When about 6 years ago,
Okay,
when
but
I
not,
started studying English.
not when. The question is where.
Oh, where? I'm sorry. In Bogota, I bought my computer in Bogota when I started
In,
studying in the university.
in Los Lagos?
I can't remember right now. I don't
Okay,
remember.
it's okay. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Carolina, ready to finish this?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card so you can prepare your answer. Okay, can you see the card on the screen?
Yes, teacher, I can.
All right, so you have 1 minute. Okay, we completed 2 minutes, so it's time to start. Please go.
Okay. I give advice to all subjects to children and who are regular or have problem. I do every day, and in after class, um, um, I think that these children is very important to help. Um, I in occasion the parents don't help with your homeworks, or in occasion they are is only only all day, and that is not no help for other person, and I in this moment I held to three children to different grades. Is the second grades, fourth, and and fifth grade. Um, uh, I do I do I do the activity because I think that it's important that that kids um, have other person that listen, interaction with them, that that help solution all the question that they say, because I are children. It's no now the all question or all answers. I very happy with with my activity, and this activity do after finish my job. Yes, it's no more.
Okay, no more. Don't worry. You completed 2 minutes. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So it's 8:56. I have to continue with the second class tonight. So just two things that we have to keep in mind. The first one is that next class is going to be next Monday at 8 p.m. That's going to be the last class. So remember to check all the information for encounter number 8 because that's the last. Okay. And number two, do not forget to check your internal emails on the platform, UNAT, because there you will find some information about task number 5, which is the interview that you are supposed to have with one of the tutors or one of the teachers. So check that part so you can set one of the encounters to set the time, because there are like 2 or 3 options. Well, like 4, because there are 4 teachers. So remember to do that and be ready for that part. It's almost the last part of this course, the English conversation course. And then in December, you are going to have the final evaluation, which is also something like this. It's going to be interactive between you and a teacher. And that's it. Okay. So I will see you in 8 days, the same time here. And thank you so much for being here with me. Have a good night.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Good evening. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.